Hello, everyone. What is up? It's your boy JNW Boss in the building, and we are here for another edition of JNW versus the World, where we scatter the globe and see what other universes has to offer. And this journey this time takes us down the Coal Train Road. So, with that being said, introducing my guest this time, Coal Train. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great, and, you can take your horses, you can take your cars, you can take your girls, if you have one, or you can take your boys, because I know I have some females that watch me. Y'all can go down to the Coal Train Road. Now, I will suggest, now, if you're single now, and there's another person that's single, too, y'all can maybe, hook up, and you can find yourself a little date.
Right. And here's a good way to spend that time. I'm sit down, relax, call it podcast and chill. Sit down, relax, call it podcast and chill, brother. But anyway.
Podcast and chill. That should be a thing, Look, your girl got a podcast, you got a podcast, y'all put it together, y'all have a podcast and chill, talk about y'all relationship.
Yeah, man.
Look, I hope my next one, she a little social media guru, and she gonna run her mouth like I do,
Probably. So, speaking of running our mouth, we're gonna run our mouths here, because, first, there are gonna be people that watch this that may not know who you are. So, break it down. Who are you? Why'd you get into YouTube? Talk about that stuff, brother.
Well, if you don't know, now you know, like big and small state. You know. I will be making a lot of 90s and old school puns because they're funny to make. I am Coal Train. I started YouTube back in 2016. Quite frankly, on May 23rd, 2016, and the reason why I started YouTube was because of multiple reasons, and I'm going to go down just a few of them because I don't want to, because I'm just going to talk to y'all,
Right.
One of the big reasons was I always wanted to post a universe mode on YouTube. That was one of the dream of mine because the way Coal Train Production started, which we'll talk about in the podcast, is we always wanted to come to YouTube and create some amazing things. And it was one video I was watching one day. It was one of the first videos I got when I started watching Merce YT13 when he was really, really small. Merce had about, like, I'm going to say, not even a fraction of what he has today. About like 800 or 900 subscribers. He made a video, and he was doing, at the time, WWE 2K16 Universe Mode. And I thought it was so amazing that he was doing that, and he was just getting into it. He told me, he said in that video, he said, you can do whatever you want to do, chase that dream, become a YouTuber, and show your craft. And I can't thank him enough for that quote. And then it was him, and then it was one of my cousins that told me that, you have the personality to do this, because my first ever video on YouTube was not the one that was created on May 23rd. It was actually another video. It was actually two videos. You can go to my cousin's channel. It's named Yugi now. Fun fact.
Okay.
He's a rapper now. He makes
man,
rap.
right.
Yeah. He makes music and stuff like that. His original channel was King Mello. He's a big fan of Carmelo Anthony, so that, I think that's Mello. I'd never asked him where he got the name from, but he had asked me to be on one of his reaction videos. You can still find this video. It's still on his YouTube channel. You can go back and look at it. It was back in It was before I started YouTube. I think this was about like July, or I think it was like something in 2015 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the reaction video, and we had did a reaction to World Star Hip Hop Questions. I will never forget this. It was season 2, episode 1. It was in Chicago. We did a reaction to that, and I was just cracking jokes. I was I was clowning the whole time, and he told me, man, you gotta make your own YouTube channel, because you have the comedy, you have the entertainment to keep an audience and keep them in tune and show your personality and expose it.
Hey, so, good video just from your name being on here, probably going to get more views alone. Just saying. Oh wait, and I'm sorry to cut you off real quick. Speaking of creating stuff, I would like to give a quick shout out to MAW More, a great friend of mine, real life friend of mine, that created the base of the base picture for this. Huge thank you to her for doing that, because you did not have to do that at all. So if you end up watching this thing, thank you. Her link, along with Cole, will be down there in the description. A huge thank you for that. Thank you.
Oh yes. She did a fantastic job, man.
Right.
I absolutely love that photo, man.
She actually does her own. Channel too. She does music and all that. She can sing and play. Nice, bro. She can sing and she can play. Check her out after this. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you mentioned creator, and I didn't have to.
Go ahead.
I couldn't continue without saying that. So go ahead.
I mean, your name is in the podcast, so you got right to say what you gotta say. It's not like this is the train talk podcast. Put it out there. Yes, by the way, guys, I do have my own podcast.
Right.
It's on Anchor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be down there too. That'll be down there too. So there you go. But you were
talking
about how you got into YouTube. You were doing a reaction video with your cousin. Right?
Yeah, it was one of my cousins. I had two. It was two of them. Both of them was in the video.
Gotcha.
And he convinced me to do a YouTube channel as well. And I said, you know what? He had about, at the time, I think about like over 100 plus, 100 to 110 subscribers at the time.
Oh wow! Okay.
And yeah, he was rolling, and he was blowing up quick. And I was like, man, I could do this. I got this, you know. So I met with Coltrane Productions. At the time, we were called Coltrane Universe. Don't ask. Okay, I'm gonna explain the name. Here's why.
Okay.
So the origin story. So this is kind of gets to get into where YouTube comes from.
Right.
So I guess I can talk about this and then come back to the YouTube question.
Yeah.
So the origin story of Coltrane Productions is it started back in I'm gonna say 2012. Okay. 2012 was a great year, by the way.
Good.
And it was WWE 13, and it was one of my cousins. We're gonna call him Cool Yoshi. Some of y'all know him. He was in the Discord and he pops in the streams from time to time. And it was my own. Oh, okay. We had started a universe mode, and we used characters like calls. You know calls, right? I created Coltrane for the first time, and the way I got the Coltrane name was from Gears of War. Gears of War is still one of my favorite all-time franchises, and my favorite character was named Augustus Cole. At the time, Gears of War 3 just came out about 6 or 7 months ago, before WWE 13 came out. And his nickname from the Gears of War story was Coltrane, because he used to be a pro football athlete before the Locusts and other stuff happened in the Gears of War franchise. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, but some of y'all have not played a Gears of War game in y'all life, so y'all have no idea what I'm talking about. But
I haven't, but I get it.
Yeah, yeah, you know. So he was a pro football player, and he was Coltrane. Whoa, you know, he did that little woo thing. That's where I got that woo from. Right. It was actually from that game, and I got half of my puns from the game. I can reiterate over literally a quarter of everything of the dialogue that they say in the first 3 games, because I know every single word that he says.
You've been playing that game.
I can literally repeat it, because I was a Gears of War fanatic. That's why I kind of wish I would have bought an Xbox One and a PS4. But you know, I'm gonna get the next Xbox, because I gotta catch up on the Gears of War. But now Gears of War 6 is being made, and I haven't played the last 2.
Right, because you ain't got an Xbox.
Yeah. So.
Right.
And so that's where I got the Coltrane name from. So it was created for a call. And then that happened for a year. And then 2K14 came out. This is when the universe mode officially started.
2K14?
My cousin, Cool Yoshi, had stated that he wanted to make a universe mode. And he wanted it to just be the 3 of us. And no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Actually, it was just me and him. We were the original 2 people that we were behind the universe mode. And because my uncle wanted to do his own thing, he still wanted to do the characters thing, just do the role playing with that. So it was 2 universe mode slots we made. It
If you
was
don't mind me
one with
asking, does he still do that?
yes, he still does. He still does it to this day, but he doesn't post it on YouTube. It's a little thing that we do as a family thing. So,
awesome. That's cool. Cool, man.
Yeah. He still does it to this day. Every year, every year the game comes out. One of the first couple weeks before I get into my own universe, I always go by him, and I create Coltrane, and it's Coltrane. It's not Coltrane Jr. from the Universe Mode canon. It's just Coltrane. Right. I can create a full iteration of myself, right. And I still do the role playing. I'm actually.
Oh, that's heartwarming, man! Awesome.
Yes,
awesome,
yes, and I'm actually right now is the current reigning, defending WWE champion on. The WWE Championship is actually on Monday Night Raw. So
now the main question does everybody need to know: is he there full time, or is he pulling a Brock Lesnar and part time in this stuff? Like, what's up? What's the deal?
Oh, absolutely not. We're not a lazy part timer that just pay $1 million to jump around and have somebody talk to him. Absolutely not. He is there full time. He is there every single week. And I have been defending my championship for the last 2 years, actually. 2 years. I've been to the WWE last 2 games, 2K19 and 20, by the way. I've been the WWE champion, and nobody has stopped me. Just but so that happened, and what was I? Oh, Universe.
Right?
Yeah,
2K14.
2K14. Lost train of thought. So, Kuyoshi, he had SmackDown. I had Monday Night Raw. We wrote and produced our own things, and we produced matches together and just had a little fun. Keep in mind, it's offline, so nothing. It wasn't really that hardcore thing. It's stuff you see now on my on YouTube and stuff. We haven't even got to that. We played the matches with fun. We booked our individual shows, and we just played the matches and to see who was better.
So kind of like GM mode. Kind of like a
little GM mode, and then his dad had rated the shows and see which one was better. Hey. And we did that for about a year, and he had, when 2K15 came out, he had decided that he wanted to go back to doing with his, what my uncle used to be doing with the role playing, so he left, and I was on my own. So I had found some of my friends that were in school, which they're still in the coaching productions to this day. And we started talking about wrestling. This was around the time of the Daniel Bryan stuff that was going on.
So like 2014, 2015.
Around that time period. And I found this big group of friends that we're still friends to this day. It was about, I'm gonna say about 5 people. And they're still in the coaching productions to this day. Awesome. We just started talking about wrestling. And I said that, man, I was, I'm doing this little universe mode thing. I'm seeing it on YouTube, because I didn't start watching YouTube until about 2014, 2015. Mm-hmm. That's when I first started getting into YouTube. And then one of the first universe mode videos I watched was Gore and Perkins. And I was just looking at it, and I was like, man, these dudes are funny. So I was like, I could do that. So, I was like, well, let me get a group of friends together and let's create some magic. I've never in my dreams thought it would have turned into what it is today. So I talked to them about it. I pitched it to them, and they said, sure, let's do it. So 2K15 and 2K16, it was the original group was about 5 people. Then as we got older, a couple of them had moved away. Mm-hmm. And I had moved myself because of something, I had moved because something happened and stuff like that. So, and they left the group. So I remember we had got up to, I think it was about 8 people, from what I remember. And I talked about this in the Anchor podcast, which you can go check out and get more detail on it.
Again, link down there.
Yeah, link is gonna be down there. And it was about 8 people, This was about 2K16 going into 2K17. It was 8 people. The idea of the YouTube channel came up, like as I talked about earlier,
Right.
and it was 8 people. My uncle came back; he was booking as well, and Cool Yoshi came back as well. It was a vote. It was everybody had voted and stated that who wants to take the YouTube name for the YouTube channel, because again, like I always said, I wanted to bring the universe mode to YouTube.
Right.
And I stated that who wants to take a vote? Everybody raised their hands, and when they called my name, Coltrane, it was a unanimous vote. I won. And I stated that y'all want the name to be named it after me, and they said yes. And they told me to this day that this is your brand. We will support you 100% through, but we don't want any part of it. This is your brand. This is your universe mode. You're our lead writer. You're our lead creator. You go out there, do your thing.
So they essentially gave you the reins here and said, "Bro, do you at this point?"
Yeah, do your thing.
Right.
And we ran with that. It was a team of 8 at the. Then before we came to YouTube, Cool Yoshi he left again because he had other things going on, so he couldn't sustain doing it.
Right.
And before we came to YouTube, he left once again. So 2K17 came around. That's why I think that 2K17 was really, really terrible on my YouTube channel, because it was our first year doing it, and it was really, really bad.
Right.
Really
when you knew you trying to figure everything out. And
yeah. I was trying to figure everything out. It was new. I was really, really new live streaming. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew what I was doing, but when you do it offline so long, and you bring that stuff online, you're gonna create trash.
Right. Talk, preach.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it, in your last podcast.
Right.
You're gonna create trash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be one to admit that was some trash. I think the best episode was the Survivor Series, the last show of that 2K17. I think that's when the greatest woman of all time gimmick happened.
Right.
So I think that was the only highlight from 2K17. That's when Bailey's heel turn. That's the only thing I can remember from 2K17. Everything else I want and throw away in the casket and let it burn, because like Usher said, let it burn.
Yep.
I don't want to remember none of it.
Right.
And so as we went on, 2K18 I think was still one of my best years on YouTube, and we keep getting better and better, of course. The push to 1K started whenever Cool Yoshi, he came back, and he's still in now, and now he's full time now. He's he has time. He has his sports seasons, but we still we write in advance, which is a good thing. So when life gets ahead, I know what's going to happen.
Right, and you can still keep pushing,
and then I can still get the content out.
Right.
So he's back in full time now, and we had the team of 10, and that's what started to push to 1K. And that's pretty much the story of how I came to YouTube. It was my cousin King Mello, now known as Yugi, and Merce YT13.
Hey, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So now let's focus a little bit more on the universe mode thing. There's 2 particular things we're going to talk about: NXT, and then your Ultimate Universe Mode series, which I'm happy I'm going to be able to pine in on, because I remember the first attempt at it, or one of the first attempts at it. Technically, it would have been like your second, I guess, attempt at it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to talk about NXT.
Right.
Let's talk about Ultimate Universe Mode.
Oh, okay. You want to jump into that? All right, go right ahead.
Yeah, let's talk. Cause I got stories on this one.
Woo. All right.
I always wanted to run 2 universe modes at simultaneously. That was always a dream of mine to do, and I felt that.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Momentary interruption.
Momentary interruption. As this video is brought to you in part by
other universe modes. Be sure to go check out Gabe, J Dog, me and yours truly, and other awesome, amazing creators that because we have to sponsor this to pay our bills. So
Third
yeah.
strike.
Yeah, that would happen.
Oh, good and well we ain't getting paid by this. We ain't got a lot of people. I think we're gonna keep it open and honest. We're keeping it open and honest. We ain't getting paid by this.
Please. Yeah, YouTube's not gonna send us a check for this, because they're gonna be like, wrestling. We don't promote wrestling, and they're really, really too small. YouTube executive laughing at us. Right? Tell myself, them trying funny,
Anyway,
YouTube. Yeah, like look, the little boss man, the little YouTube CEO looking at us like 350 plus and only 1,000. We can't use that. She probably laughing at us right now.
Oh yeah, it probably is. Anyways, back to what you're saying. You want to do 2 universe modes at one time?
Yes, I want to do 2 universe modes at one time. People kept constantly asking me about, maybe I have an idea for this and I have an idea for that. I always believe that the original universe mode should not be tampered with, and I always believed that maybe we can add on creators to the original universe mode, but don't change the structure. I liked the now 3 brand structure. I like the brand exclusive pay-per-views. I think they're very unique, and most people don't do them. And I like the structure that we have with the original universe mode, and I don't want to change that because I remember doing that universe mode in freaking my uncle's room, literally, right. So I don't want to change anything that we did for that one. And people kept asking me, well, I want to, do something and be a part of something on the channel. Right. So I said, let's do the Ultimate Universe mode, or now Universe Mode War, the universe mode for the fans, because I always wanted to challenge myself and say that, I have a friendly competition with my subscribers about what is the best brand in call it the Ultimate Universe mode, because we're going head to head against each other. I thought that was an interesting concept. And the first one started going well, and that one failed. Oh goodness me!
What went wrong?
You know the story on the.
Okay, without dropping names.
Yes, go ahead.
Sum it up. What went wrong?
The first one was.
If you gotta call them Joe and Jim Bob, that's fine too.
Yeah, Jonathan and Joanna, had got into it. It was Raw, SmackDown, and from what I think the first one had ECW. Yeah, the first one did have ECW. And it was going smoothly. We did a great job, but it was booking issues and people had beef with each other. So, and everything fell back on me. And at the time, we could not handle doing. I couldn't handle doing like 4 or 5 shows per week. Right. I couldn't do all that. That was way too much. And a lot of and a lot of the burden fell on me. And I'm like, why am I booking your show and you're supposed to go against me? That makes no sense.
Right. Instantly the concept was already kind of dead because you're booking someone else's show.
So the first one failed. Then I tried again. JNW and in it. Boss man knows why this one failed.
I'm kind of mad about this one.
Boss man had this was his first time on the channel. I would never forget.
Right, because I joined, because I met Cole like earlier in the year, because I think I met him through J-Dog's ECW stream at that point.
It was an EC. I remember the premiere concept just came out.
Right.
This is how much I remember. The premiere concept came out, and it was an ECW show, and I was commentating. And that's when I first met Boss Man. I met him. I knew him before that because I was watching videos. I just never commented.
Yep.
And that's when we first started talking, and we got Twitters, and we started talking, and the rest is history.
Right.
And he wanted to be. He said he wanted to be a part of the Ultimate Universe because I tried it again. I was like, maybe second time's the charm. This was like the middle of 2K19. I was like, let's try it again. So everything was going smoothly. That first episode hit, False Man was on fire. I was like, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And then same problem again. It was the ECW show. Same issue. This time, Joanne John, had to leave. He couldn't do it anymore. He talking about something. He first of all, he had beef with somebody in his little group, and he want to fight on top. Talking about something. He ain't hard. He just a little internet troll. Let me if I catch you, you gonna catch the one.
Bro, it ain't even that serious. It ain't even that serious,
bro. I'm like, bro, you is a. I was like, no offense, but you is a white boy. Why you saying black terms? I'm like, come on, bro. Somebody, you gonna catch you? Why you don't even know what catch you one means?
And the premise was a little bit different. Oh, and I'll point out the premise for the second one was a little bit different too, because you were the overseer of all three shows, and they had to be ran through you before
correct.
They were put out. So the premise was a little bit different too.
The premise was a little bit different this time. I didn't have the concept that I had the first time.
Right.
First time, it was you give me the show, I do commentary over it, and I play all your matches. You tell me who wins. That was the first time. Second time, I had no involvement with any of the shows. It was just subscriber versus subscriber versus subscriber. I was the CEO. I got the match cards, and I made sure you had a nice looking thumbnail, and that was it. And I stated that you could do your own show if you want to, but if you can't or you're physically not able to, I'll do it myself.
Cole messed up when he said that. The second Cole said that, he messed up hardcore. I'm like, oh my god, man, let's go.
That and Boss Man was like, yes, I'm joining. So I was like, yay! I only got to do 2 shows this time. I was so excited because the ECW show, one of the dudes didn't have a PS4, and then like I said, the other guy had beef with one person, so he left, and he already had drama with his channel too. It was just such a mess for him. So after Boss Man hit that SmackDown, we was waiting on ECW. 2 weeks go by.
Wait, it was WCW. It was WCW this time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now it was Raw, SmackDown, and WCW.
Right, because the third person got the chance to pick their own brand and whatever. So
right. Yeah. And so and they had picked WCW. So we waiting on WCW. 2 weeks go by, nothing.
3 weeks go by.
Nothing. Look, and then a month go by, nothing. So I talked to the WCW head writer. He said, Cole, well, you see, I have a girlfriend now, and I quit YouTube. I'm done. So because of this little dude that we have beef with, and I still want to catch my one, so I don't want to work with him no more. Scrap WCW. I want to come on your show. I'm like, huh? He was like, yeah, put me on your show. I'm like, well, I can't do that. I was like, I can let the guy you have beef with leave. Tell me some, no, he can stay on there and ruin the show. I want to come on your show. So I was like, whatever, fine. So the guy that he had beef with stayed on the show, and that guy told me some, well, I'm too busy too. I can't do it neither. So I was like, oh god.
Great.
I was like, oh god. Then the other guy, he had drama too. So I'm like,
grab this attempt to. Now wait.
Scrap it.
Now wait. Why didn't you just leave it at the other 2 brands?
I always wanted it to be a 3-brand series.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense. All right.
I always wanted it to be a 3-brand series. I didn't do 2 brands because I didn't think it was fair, because a lot of people want to do this, and I didn't think it was fair to leave those guys out that really wanted to do this.
And you didn't want to add too many people into this thing, because this is about to be a
exactly.
mess.
Exactly. Right. So the second attempt was complete mess. And also, I didn't have a storyline. Unless I would have said Vince just bought him again, but that made no sense. I said WCW had this time millions and billions in the bank, so they can't be bought by Vince. I established that episode 1, so I couldn't use that neither.
Right.
So I just had a curb. So I just said, no, we'll just screw it, and we just threw it in the trash can and tried again.
By the way, just fun fact, I consider SmackDown the winner of that. Just saying.
Yeah. I think SmackDown would have probably won by the end.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way I was going, I was on a roll. So I said, you know what? It's 2K20. I was like, third time's the charm. So I sat down with Coltrane Productions. I said, we splitting this team up. This time, this is gonna work. I told them I want my 5 best creators on Coltrane Productions, and I want the another 5 on Ultimate Universe mode. We're going to run 2 universe modes simultaneously. This time I'm going to be a CEO one show, and I'm going to be all around CEO and booker of one show to make sure that this time this works. I'm not messing this up this time. And to go back to the point where I didn't emphasize in the podcast, I talked to the Coltrane podcast last night. It was kind of getting the team was getting fatigued because we've been doing this for almost like 7 years now.
Right.
And they were getting really, really fatigued, and like about 5 of them, like they wanted to try something new. So that's the reason why they're on the Ultimate Universe mode team exists, because they wanted something new, and they wanted to do something different and have competition with some of the, in my opinion, best creators on YouTube.com. Don't at me, it's the truth. So they wanted that competition aspect because they felt the inter-competition, because half of them had Raw, half of them had SmackDown, and then we got obviously the NXT guys.
Right.
They felt the inter-brand competition, but they wanted that real competition. Like, I'm really going up against people I don't know, and people that, that come from all walks of life and have all these different ideas, and they wanted that competition with each other, right?
Right.
And that is why, one of the reasons why I did the Ultimate Universe was because of the team getting fatigued and they wanted to try something different. And I wanted to do something different too. You're doing that universe mode, obviously, Yeah, universe mode grind could get tiresome.
You want to freshen things up a bit. Want to liven a bit. Put some life into this thing.
Yeah, right. And freshen it up a bit, and then and I could be as corny as I want to, because
well, you still do it.
I even though I still do it in every universe where I go to, I still be corny and crack jokes. But I mean, I could be even more cornier and come up with crazier things. It's the Ultimate Universe mode. You
right.
do crazy stuff in it. So, and that was one of the reasons why it was created. And the new concept is everybody makes their own show. I made sure this time you have somebody that knows how to record videos and knows how to edit and how to put their own show together, and you can make your own show now. And it doesn't fall back on. It's literally this brand against that brand against that brand.
Right. And go ahead, no clue what the other brand is doing either.
Nope. I have no idea. Like I'm gonna say for SmackDown, whenever that show premiered, what was it? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah. Whenever that show premiered yesterday, literally, I had no idea what happened. I had no clue.
None.
I was watching along with you guys. Yep. Same thing for NXT. I have no idea what Rob got playing. I have no idea what the SmackDown crew has playing. The only thing I know is what Raw is, because that's it.
Right.
That's it. And we have separate chats for it. We're really doing down deep there. Everybody got their own chat. Nobody knows what nobody else is doing. It's literally you versus you against them, and let the war begin. Like I say it every time, the war continues, because it's literally a war between 3 brands to see who is the best. This is pretty much how it is.
Right.
And I think it gives me more fun because I'm going up against subscribers that I know have quality content and know what they're doing,
Right.
and it pretty much makes me have fun to have a little fun competition with subscribers and get people involved, to be a part of the channel. And I think it's just a great concept overall, and it has helped out plenty of channels. I've seen growth in all areas. I've seen
Raise
Rob
his
channel
hand.
grow. I've seen
I'm gonna raise my
Boss.
hand over here, just in quiet.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see it,
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna raise my hand over here.
I've seen Boss Man channel grow. I've seen the smaller YouTubers now close to 100 subscribers, like Picky. He's almost 100 subscribers now. JPA got his first 20 from doing stuff for me.
Dang.
So I've seen growth, and I am a community guy because I started from nothing. On YouTube, I had nothing. I literally had nothing. My first 5 subscribers were family. Literally, the first 5 subs were all family, and literally, I went from 5 subs to 1,000 subs in literally a year and a half to 2 years.
Now that's
because
sorry, I thought you were done.
yes, started from the bottom, like Drake said. Started from the bottom.
Now we heard.
Now I'm here. Yep, started from the bottom. Not a whole team here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get it?
Yeah. That makes sense. I gotta say, man, that is a brilliant idea, and Cole and I, we do chat amongst each other, and not really about the Ultimate Universe most of it, because, we keep that stuff separate, because we have our own chat for it, but we do chat because, well, first, he's a cool dude to talk to, for one, and two, we're going to kind of need to talk a little bit about the Ultimate Universe mode when we get to Cole-branded pay-per-views, if you don't mind. Can I tell them the idea we came up with for that?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. For Cole branded pay-per-views, I think Cole and I were talking, and I remember this idea came into my head of okay, how are we going to do the Cole branded pay-per-views? And then I thought, wait a second, we already know how to edit and produce this stuff. We already know how to do it. I mean, Cole done a couple of premiere shows recently, or getting into doing that anyway, and I already know how to do it because I do it all the time on my channel. And I was sitting there, I talked to him, I'm like, let's produce, whenever we get the Cole-branded pay-per-views, let's produce a Cole-branded pay-per-view. Recorded, edited, all of that. And then we came up with a couple of guidelines. Those guidelines were, and actually a video I did, and I uploaded to Cole's channel talking about it, but I think the maximum amount of matches you can have to represent your show is 6. That's the maximum amount that a show can have, and then the maximum amount of segments I think was 5. And so
it's about 5 segments,
right? Yeah, maximum of 5 segments. Yeah, but then when when it's close to showtime, we would need to know what matches are I guess going to be represented on the show. And then Cole and I will get here, not record it like we're doing now, but we'll get on here and we'll talk about, what matches we have. And of course, we're watching each other's shows. So we'll be able to kind of mentally, fairly judge, okay, these are the matches that are going here. This match is going here. We'll decide the card order and all of that. We'll just keep it between us because we ain't trying to cause any friction. And people are like, oh, you're favoriting SmackDown, or oh, you're favoriting blah, 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 blah. So,
or you're favoriting Monday Night Raw because it's the flagship show.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
nope.
we ain't trying to deal with all that.
Nope, I don't want to hear it. So I think that is the best idea. And here's the thing about it. We're doing our own matches. We're not doing
that too.
Nobody else is doing their own matches. I'm doing my own commentary for my matches. Mm-hmm. He's doing his own commentary for his matches. Maybe he could bring somebody on. I could bring somebody on too, but you're not gonna hear us commentate together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's gonna feel like a
legit branded pay-per-view, like the old school way of how WWE used to do it. Where they had Raw commentators, they had SmackDown commentators. Mm-hmm. We're doing the same thing with that. I might have some of my Raw guys. I might have one of my Raw guys come on mine, and he might have J Dog come on for his, and we can go on like that,
right?
And have some fun with it.
Indeed.
I think that is a really, really, really good idea. and very unique because I don't see too many universe modes, especially on YouTube that I watch, that has number one, not only two universe modes running simultaneously, but has two universe modes that's so unique running simultaneously.
True. Not a whole lot of people do
And
that.
wait,
Not a whole lot of people do that, which
uh,
brings me to one of my questions, but we'll get into that as time goes along. So I'm just
Hey,
gonna keep that as a
it's-
mental note.
wait, what you mean, like the Ultimate Universe mode concept? I've never seen you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen people do that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like, oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about something else. I just meant I just have a mental question that I'm
okay.
gonna save for later. So yeah.
Okay, so but yeah, that's pretty much how the Ultimate Universe mode works. And as time goes, there will be obviously I'm going to expand it and make it bigger and stuff like that.
Right.
As time goes, but I think the current concept of it works very, very well, and I don't want to change it. You know.
Right. Well, indeed. And speaking of things, I guess not changing. I mean, speaking of your universe mode, and honestly, one of the more popular things you do on your channel, aside from your other live stream and other ultimate and other just regular live stream, is you just talking that you do. So I guess we can use this as a perfect transition to talk about NXT specifically.
Yes,
NXT.
and yes, NXT. Now, from the explanation I talked about earlier, we only talked about SmackDown.
Right.
Well, the first go around of NXT failed, like I stated, as culture and production members had to leave because they had to move and stuff. They were the ones responsible for the first iteration of NXT, and I canceled it. And it was canceled for about 3 years from the Universal canon. It's canceled for about 3 years. I wanted to bring it back, but this time I wanted to have great friends of mine and subscribers of mine book it, and come up with some ideas to help me to run 3 shows simultaneously. And the way that I'm doing it is very, very different from everyone else. You see, my NXT, it doesn't mind being that star heavy show. It's like a legit third brand to the Raw and SmackDown. That's why you see guys like Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega in. You see guys like that in it because it is a legit third brand that can go along with the big boys with Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
And I did it this way because number one, I didn't this time. I didn't want it to fail like it did the first time. And number two is a fresh take on the series because you always got it. I always preach this to every universe out there. After a certain amount of time, you got to innovate because your audience will get sick and tired of the same old. You got to innovate, try some new things, do some new things because you don't want that viewer fatigue happening. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of innovation, if I can pause you to ask this one question real quick. You bring up innovation. You bring up you're doing stuff differently with your NXT Universe mode. Here's the question I have: how come you haven't, or have you? Let me rephrase that. Have you thought about innovating your universe mode as a whole? Meaning, I've said this before when we talked offline. A lot of people do Raw, SmackDown, NXT. How come you haven't? How come you decided to do Raw, SmackDown, and NXT instead of, I guess, making your own 3 brands or making your own 3 shows out of it?
Well, that's a really question to answer. It's partly due from the beginning. Over 6 years ago, and like I said, WWE 13. This was the thing. Raw, SmackDown, and at the time we had the third show was Main Event. The main event was popping, and and WWE was doing that at the time.
Right.
And NXT really wasn't that big.
Right.
It was always a 3-show system, and it was always going to be 3 shows like that. And partly one of the reasons why I have not changed it yet. I was thinking of ending this current iteration of Universe Mode. You bring up a great question, boss man, because this current iteration of Universe Mode has been going on since 2K14.
Wow.
It's 2K20 now. We're good. It's in season. We're going into season. I'm gonna take season 7.
Wow.
Of the series. So it's really, really going. And you bring up a great point. I always wanted to do this current iteration of Universe Mode for 10 years. Because I thought after a decade, I can tell all the stories I need to tell, and we can start a brand new universe up after that.
Right.
So once I might maybe hit season 10 or maybe season 11 or 12 of the series, I'm going to end this current iteration of and start a brand new one. And the idea was, this kind of sounds very crazy, but I think as some of you get older and hopefully less busy, we'll see what happens.
Right.
It depends on when this current iteration ends. The idea was, I thought about it. I was thinking about it about earlier this year, about just having, subscribers. It's similar to the Ultimate Universe, but different.
Right.
And here's how. The idea was to have Coltrane Productions be its own show. Then I was going to have maybe a JNW boss show. You get where I'm going with this? And then like maybe like a Third Strike show. So literally,
individual creator would own their own piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So like
that was
would they be
that
able
was
to
an
name
idea
it what
I
they
had.
wish?
You can name, and the thing is, you can. No, you can name it whatever you want.
Okay.
It's your full own show, and it's by your, you can bring in people if you feel like it and stuff like that, and literally is your own thing that you can post on the channel, because it was a thank you of giving back for everything that y'all have done to have creators post their own things on my channel and really get your name out there. It was going to be like a big old thank you.
Wow.
And that was going to be that series right there. It's not like the Ultimate Universe, because it's you're head to head. It's just it's just the best, the best of the best in that universe mode, showing their talents off. We was gonna draft a little roster. You're gonna do a little draft with it.
Yeah.
And you're on your own. You can do and be free and to do whatever you so please with your show.
Wow.
Full on custom universe.
So this would
That was the idea.
So this would allow these creators to really kind of just like, okay, these are the people that I like. In this case for you, you would kind of be, saying, okay, these are the creators that I rock with. These are the creators that I rock with. And if you still by this point haven't checked them out on their individual channels, you one way or another you're gonna see what these people are about. Is that kind of the vibe I'm getting here?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking of doing with the series after we end this current iteration.
Wow.
And pretty much, right now the main universe mode is priority number 1.
Right.
But once that time comes, that series is gonna take a while to get. From what I'm talking about is that series is gonna be a while to come out with episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when that time comes, the Ultimate Universe mode was probably going to take more priority over the channel and be the main series, like big bread and butter for the channel, because it by that time it's going to be majorly built up. It's probably going to have a lot of popularity. It already has a lot of popularity.
Right.
The videos are averaging every Ultimate Universe More video is averaging almost over 100 views. Every single one. I'm going back and look at the stats. Every single video has averaged over, and even most Universe Mode videos take 200 views. That series takes about a day to hit 100 views, and sometimes it gets 300 views. It just depends on the upload. It's already popping. It's already being viewed very well and already benefiting a lot of people. Right. And it's only going to continue to do that. And that was a great question you asked, because as I preach innovation, as you know, I started out doing live streams, right?
Right.
One of the things that me and the team have discussed is literally cracking down and, taking more time, probably maybe I might try this after WrestleMania, maybe taking more time and actually doing fully premiere shows for every single show. We only do it for NXT. And that's why I want to talk more mainly about NXT, because NXT is so unique, because NXT has only been live streamed 2 times. It was live streamed the final episode of 2K19, and it was live streamed for the tournament. That's it. NXT, and it was live streamed, and at the time, it's only live streamed for takeovers. But the main NXT show is always edited and premiered, because I wanted to feel unique from the other shows, which sometimes are premiered, sometimes are live streamed. It just depends on the timing and
Right.
stuff like that with the show.
Right.
So, what another idea, as you said, you was preaching innovation, was to just do 3 fully premiered shows and make it really drawn out, fully edited, and all that fun stuff and do it for every single show.
Right.
Because I think it's time to move into that style, because we're not blind. We're looking at the numbers of Takeover with almost 600 views.
Right.
And now sitting at 550 something views. It's almost at 600 views. If you haven't checked out Takeover, back and watch it back.
Yeah.
Let's get to 600
Absolutely.
views. But anyways, I'm looking at the numbers, and I'm just like, this is doing better than the live stream. Like I'm looking at the numbers, like this is better than it did better than Super Showdown. It did better than Hell in a Cell, and it did better than Clash of Champions and Survivor Series itself.
Has it done better than some of the other previous, I guess, live stream
show?
Live stream takeover. Weren't the other takeovers live stream?
Yes, takeover. Yeah, the takeovers were live streamed. That was the first ever premiere takeover, and numbers wise, it did better than all of them.
Wow.
Combined.
Wow.
I believe so. Especially, like, I think it is for sure it did better than Invades Toronto and Brooklyn too. Brooklyn too hit 200 something views, and I think Invades Toronto had 100. I think that was a total about 400 something views, and it's almost 600. Miami's almost at 600, so it did 200 views more than total than those 2 shows did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, that premiere concept works. I keep telling people, if you premiere your shows, don't stray away. Don't you dare. Like, Boss Man, I know it kind of gets frustrating to premieres. Yep. I know you're feeling like, oh, man, this ain't working. Don't trust the process, because let me tell you something. I was in your shoes the same way. I was like nothing's working, and I just told myself, and I told the team, I was like, we're gonna keep it up. We're not gonna stop. One day somebody gonna watch us, and I just told myself, one day you're gonna be big. One day you're gonna have 10, 15 people watching at a time. One day you're gonna get over 20 likes. I just kept telling myself in my head, one day it's gonna happen, and I just kept on doing it. And I have met some of the biggest Universe More creators on this platform, and I have some of them subscribe to me to this day, because I have a passion for it. And one of the passions that I have is helping other small creators. That's one another reason why I was created, because it's helping small creators, because I was in your shoes. I was in all everybody that's watching this video and that has under 1,000 subs, which I know most of you are. I was in your shoes. I feel your frustration. I feel like, okay, I'm not getting enough views. I feel I don't have enough subscribers. I was in your shoes at one point too. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. That's why I want to come on this
You
podcast,
talking now?
because I want to talk it.
What you think,
Let me
man?
tell y'all something. If y'all ever feel down about this, don't feel down. Don't give up, because they want you to give up. They want you to stop doing what you want to do. They want you to feel like you're not getting the content that you want. They want you to feel like you're not getting the numbers that you want. That's what they want you to do. The trolls love to see. The trolls love to see you ran away. The trolls love to see you not be successful. But let me tell you something. Don't you dare give up. Don't you dare say, oh, I don't want to do the commentary today. You get in that booth, you do your commentary, you do it the best way, you work on that match, you premiere that match, you edit that show, you do what you have to do, because they don't want to see you win. And I know this for a fact, because I go back to the same troll comments from 2 years ago. They never said I was going to reach 100 subs. They never said that I was going to be monetized. I'm under 600 more hours from being monetized on YouTube. I am literally under 700 plus more subscribers from having my second 1,000 subs. They didn't even say I was going to reach 50 subs at one point, but I didn't listen to them. I kept going. I kept grinding. I kept doing my thing, because I knew that I was going to reach my dreams, and I wrote my dreams down every single day. I wrote them down in a journal. I looked at it and I said, this is going to happen, and nobody's going to tell me otherwise. I'm just letting y'all know that. If you feel down, and you don't want to do this anymore, think about the future. Think about where you want to be. Keep reminding yourself, I want to be right here. I want to do this. I want to reach this. I want to do all of that. And you keep reminding yourself, keep building confidence in yourself, because eventually it will happen.
This boy was just speaking truth. And to keep it playing, I said from the very jump, I said from the very first episode that I'm going to keep this open and on it. And I was originally going to save this statement for, I was honestly, mentally in my head, I was waiting on the date March 10th or March 13th, or whatever the date was, March 13th. I think it was March or May 13th, something like that. I was literally waiting on that day so I can say this, but Cole, if you don't mind, it's a yes, no. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
May I say this
Go
real
ahead.
quick?
And that was pretty much for you, by the way, because we talked about.
I'm about to get to that. No, I'm about to tell them right here. I'm about to just go ahead and tell them right here. Forget it. I was waiting on more. Some may know, some may not know. But up to this point, I've been doing YouTube for 7 years. 7 years?
That's right.
Close to 7 years?
That's correct.
As of next month.
It's close to 7 years.
As of next month.
Because I believe this channel was created in
2013. Yep. And so
when that was my second year doing Universe Mode when this channel was created.
Yep. So as of March 13th, I will be doing this. Let me double check. On when that first video was uploaded. That way I get that part right. Yep. As of March 10th, 2020, I will be doing YouTube for 7 years. And recently, within the past maybe year or so, I've had people tell me, this dude included, I've had people tell me, like, dude, you're definitely going to hit 1K at some point. Dude, your channel is great. Your channel's going to end up blowing up one day. You're going to hit 1K, so on and so forth. And I'm telling you, mentally, when you've been doing something for 7 years, and you kind of look and think, dang, this is all I got to show for it, it weighs on you, man. It does.
It does.
It really does. Like, I'm admitting this here.
I feel your pain. I've only been on here for 4 years. Oh no, I'm not 4 years in May.
4, yeah, 4.
And
May,
I
yeah.
feel like, I feel like I haven't done as nearly as much as I want. I feel the same way, you know. But when I hit that first K, I was like, it kind of took my drain off me because, those hate comments I got, said I wasn't even gonna hit 100. When I had a party with my first 100, I remember that live stream, 100, my 100 subscriber live stream. I had a little chain on and everything. I remember that.
You were flexing out for that thing. It was a one-man party, but I earned this one.
Yes, indeed. I had my little background. I had my little chain on. My hair was done. Because my boo thing had text me. My boo thing at the time text me and said that we're gonna have a good night tonight. I was like,
Cole done messed around and got his hair done, nail done,
yes, indeed. And we had went to celebrate. We had went go see a movie together, and that was my I think that was my first. I think that was my first kiss in about 2 years at that time.
Ooh, okay.
I got my first kiss. So I remember that. I remember that day, and that statement was for you, boss, because I know that 7 years is coming up. You've been doing this for almost a decade. Yeah. 2023 actually gonna make a decade you've been doing this YouTube thing. And I think, in my honest opinion, your sub count is not the effort you put in your videos. And I can say that wholeheartedly. I don't care what number. That is the truth. This guy deserves way more than what he has. And I'm so glad over the last few days I've been checking back at the channel. I've been looking at like 340. Not I was like 12 more subs. Like
something crazy kind of happened
2 more
yesterday.
subs.
I'm in the FM Discord. Something crazy kind of happened. I was chatting with this one guy, and one guy who was kind of feeling upset about himself, and like 'cause he like really wanted to join FAM and everything. So we were kind of cheering him up, and I pitched the idea. I said, hey, this ain't going. I don't know if this is going to be much, but I do a call universe mode, and I know some people that do a call universe mode. So if you want, I can have them on my show, and they can be a part, and my audience isn't much, but it's at least something to get yourself out there. And so this person, he said, hey, DM me real quick. I said, okay, cool. So I DM him, and he says, what's, he asked me what my PSN was, and blah blah blah. And I told him, or no. He told me his character name and everything, and then I asked him, I said, hey, is he on Xbox or PS4? Unfortunately, he was on Xbox. I'm like, dang, that sucks, man. He was like, well, I said, well, if you still want to see what I got, here you go. And so I sent him like a most recent AOA episode that I did, episode 48. Holy smoke, I've been doing 48 episodes of these. Goodness. Anyway.
Oh, Lord.
Man, like 48 episodes. Jeez. Anyway, so I've been doing, but like, so I sent him that, and then he like almost immediately, he texted me and goes like, why does your voice sound familiar? I'm like, well, I said, if you watch Dell, I actually did a SmackDown Dark for him. Other than that, you probably see me on other smaller channels. He was like, that's where I know you from.
Delzinski.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But the fact that someone, given the amount of people that is going to end up being on there, given the fact that someone was able to just, and seen, back up. Given the amount of people that's on there, that's going to be on Dell and Dark shows and everything. And given the amount of videos he probably watched in between that Dark episode and now, the fact that he still remember what my voice sounded like, that's something.
That's crazy to me. That's really, really crazy to me. And, that goes to show you when you're unique and you love what you do, people will identify with it. I keep telling Universe More creators that these small little creators. Somebody today told me that I'm too scared to commentate. I'm like, what you so scared to commentate for? I mean, man, we all have our faults to comment. Everybody was bad at one.
I was trash at it.
You just got to put yourself out there to go out there and do what you got to do. You don't be scared. Right. I see the quality that you putting in your content, the commentary gonna come. Not everybody commentary gene.
And if you have to
You
get
know?
somebody else, you know.
So I'm and that's one thing I'm really proud about. And I gotta give a shout out to Delzinski. Delzinski don't have to do that SmackDown Dark.
Right.
And I give him credit. He has over 117,000 subscribers. You know,
Right.
and he's giving back to the community. Y'all can never say Delzinski don't give back to the community because he's literally putting commentators, other creators in and giving them a platform to express themselves.
And keep in mind, he could have easily picked people like Murph, Project, Brendan Blade, any of those larger guys.
YouTubers, but he's picking he's picking people under 1K and people with only 1K subscribers. That's it. And he's giving them an opportunity to express themselves, and it has benefited the creators a lot. And I gotta give him a shout out. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much similar to what I'm doing, but the thing is, with me, I'm really small and I'm doing it. I'm not even big.
You technically don't even have to be doing it either, because you could be at the point where you're trying to get yourself out there.
Exactly, but I'm taking time and I'm letting people come on and do what they got to do and getting their name out there because it's giving back. Because I was in the same position that some of you all in.
Right.
So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Me personally, I mean, Cole can attest to this. I'm always trying to help somebody out in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Either by putting something together, or they need me for commentary or whatever. I'm always putting myself out there. Now, maybe in the process, I'm kind of wearing myself a bit too thin, but still. That's my personal way of giving back. Like, hey, you need something, you need a video made. Like, in fact, I don't like to my own horn, but I'm gonna go and say it. Takeover Miami. Cole just wanted me to do this brief little voiceover thing. If y'all watch any of my pay-per-views, y'all know what I like to do. In fact, let me go ahead and use it to get some practice in for the next one. And now, All Out Action presents AOA Conquer All. He just wanted me to do that for Takeover Miami, essentially. Not conquer all, to conquer all out, put NXT. You get the point. He once wanted me to do that for Takeover Miami. And I could easily just did that, which would have been nothing. It just would have been one take, get the video piece. It wouldn't have been hard. We would have had it done. I went the extra mile and made a video for him. He did not know I was going to do that at all.
I had no idea. I had no idea. When I sat down, I was actually running some errands doing the show, and I was looking at it, and I was like, "What's up, guys?" Because I knew what the first episode I knew what the first episode was going to be. I'm sorry, the first match was going to be. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, okay, and now Coach Henry Dutchman's in NXT Takeover Miami, but then he come with this little voiceover. He had put a little promo package together. I'm like, okay, boss. I'm looking at it like, okay, I like this. And I had let me tell y'all something, man. I had went back and replayed that like about 70 times. I'm dead serious. Like every day when class started, like since Miami came out, I went back and replayed that intro because I'm like, man, that was fantastic, and I loved it. I still go back and watch it.
And the custom pyro.
And the custom pyro was fantastic, man. Loved it.
Yeah, I'm always trying to, get myself out there and get back and everything. And so with NXT out of the way, with Ultimate Universe mode out of the way, Cole, you have anything else you want to say before we wrap up here?
Oh man, just like all I gotta say is, for all my subscribers that are watch, you need to hit that subscribe button for him, number one. Number two, I'm gonna just say this, man. We're just getting started. We are just getting started. There's so much things that I want to do, so much things that I want to get done, especially with this Project Universe that is coming in the summer of 2020. I'm telling you guys, be ready. It's about to go down. And there's so much things that are coming to the channel. I'm doing a lot of things for you guys, and it seems that a lot of you appreciating what I'm doing, and I just can't thank y'all so much for everything that you all have done. If you're new and this is the first time you're hearing me, please go check the channel out. Because boss will attest to this. He's gonna say you're missing out. You really are missing if you have not checked me out yet. We really, really appreciate it. And I just want to say this thing, man. I love YouTube. I love doing this. And eventually I want this to be a little part-time job I do. Because this is a passion of mine that will not go away. No matter how hard I try. It won't go away. And I could be seeing myself doing this for the next 25 years. Making a career out of this because I love this stuff so much. From the bottom of my heart, I love it. I love it so much, man. And I want to thank Boss Man having me on. Hopefully one day, Boss, I can get you on the Train Talks podcast.
I'll be down with that. I'll be down with that.
You could tell us some universe mode stories about your show on the Train Talks podcast.
Yep.
I mean, it'll be fun,
It would be, man. Well,
I don't think I got nothing else.
I mean, for me personally,
true.
I mean, for me personally, I say, Cole, and great to have you on. Thank you for allowing us to. Thank you for just taking time out your day to come on here, and I think we're in and around the perfect time because at the date that we're recording this is February 16th, and NXT Takeover is about to be coming on soon. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go enjoy that. Again, Cole, thank you for coming on, and of course, thank you once again to my friend MAW and More for putting this together. Man, I was cheesing whenever I saw that, man. I really was. So again, thank you. Her link and Cole's link will be down there in the description, and his podcast will be down there in the description as well. So those three things are going to be in the description. Check them out. And of course, if you guys want to hit me up in any way, shape, form, or fashion, my Twitter will also be down there. So about 4 or 5 links will be down there in the description. Go check all of them out. Well, thank you for joining for another edition of JNW versus the World. Till the next time I see you guys, be a boss, and I will holla at you guys later. And as Cole would say, do you think?
Remember to be phenomenal or be forgotten.
See you next time, guys.